Now to extra perspective on the challenges of making the month's rent in the pandemic.
More than 1.5 million Texas renters have little or no confidence in their ability to pay next month's rent. That's according to new numbers from the U.S. Census.
As El Paso organizations are overwhelmed by demand, Texas is launching a $1 billion first-of-its-kind program for rent and utility assistance.
Reporter Madeline Otterly has this story you'll see only on ABC 7.
There was times like I was completely jobless. I had no source of income, didn't have enough money to pay all my expenses anymore.
David, who asked us to withhold his name for fear of hurting his chances to get assistance, says he lost his job at the start of the pandemic.
The whole pandemic has just been a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty, not knowing how you're going to make it through the next month.
Numerous programs sprung up to help. Nearly a year in, they say funds are running out. David applied to the El Paso Apartment Association for help with 3 months' rent.
They just told me that it was just pending.
That was 6 months ago. Still, EPAA assured David those who applied would be paid.
Is that true? Will they eventually be paid?
Yes, provided that their applications are correct and they meet the income requirements.
Executive Director Scott Lynch says it should take about 60 days to get funds to qualifying renters when they submit an application with no errors. EPAA had so many applications starting the new year, they shut down the program temporarily because if all applications were approved, it would have exhausted remaining funds.
The applications are coming in faster than we have working capital. We spend down to almost to the last penny. So we spend every dollar we have.
But just last week, applications were reopened after the state provided another $1 million of funding. Lynch hopes they'll stay open for at least a few months.
We get calls, 7 days a week on the weekends.
Project Bravo also closed applications indefinitely for rental and mortgage assistance this year. The move came after the nonprofit received more than 2,900 new and repeat applications for services in just over 2 weeks, roughly 30% of the total number from 2020.
Could you ever have anticipated this many applications?
No. We've never seen this.
Executive Director Lara Ponce says welfare programs were already stretched thin before the pandemic.
We have people who are, who have been historically poor. We have a whole bunch of other people who have never been poor, who've never accessed the welfare system.
Now, the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs has launched the first statewide rent and utility assistance program. More than $1 billion is up for grabs for qualifying families as part of the Texas Rent Relief Program.
Certainly, the need is bigger than the resources in the program, and so we hope to get the money out quickly.
Executive Director Bobby Wilkinson tells me the money could help an estimated 80,000 households.
We haven't had necessarily statewide coverage, and so I think this new resource with a big website, call center, quick processing, will be a big help.
If an application is done correctly, Wilkinson vows money could be paid in 2 weeks. David tells me he's planning to apply.
It's weird because it almost feels like so many other people are going through the same thing. Almost there's some kind of solidarity. I'm not the only one struggling through it, and that brings me a little bit of peace of mind.
Bringing some comfort and hope for assistance before the well runs dry. Madeline Otterly, ABC 7.